Hello everyone, welcome back to The Save. Today we're back with the Ros-Albastrii on the channel for episode number 11, where today we're going to be playing Barcelona in the quarter-finals of the Champions League. We're at the Camp Nou first up. It's going to be a very, very tight game. They've got a good squad. They've still got Messi, Suarez, Neymar, amongst many others. So, let's see how Little Stowe Bucharest can do against the might of Barcelona. Okay then guys, welcome back to The Save. Well, I've got a few things to bring you first of all before we get into today's big game against Barcelona. First of all, we've got a small handful of results to bring you. The first of which was this 4-0 victory here over CFR Cluj. 2 goals from Alex Juricevic, Will Keane again on the score sheet, and Bryce DJJ adding another goal. He's been scoring quite a bit recently, has Bryce DJJ. Good to see him get back on the score sheet again. 62% of possession throughout the game for us. We had 21 shots to their 6. Alexandru Inácio played another game for us. Not as good this time, 6.9 rating. Alex Juricevic with a man of the match performance with a 9.3 rating for his 2 goals. Will Keane also played really well with an 8.9, and Bryce DJJ with a 9.1. Ash Kigbu in the team with Robert Hodegea and Jack Stevens. But yeah, I was quite pleased with this game. We've often been either beaten or drawing with CFR Cluj, and it was good to really comprehensively beat them now that we're into the Liga 1 Championship playoffs. So that was a really, really good start for us. Well, following on from that, and it was the Cuppa Romane quarter-final here against Viterul Constanta. Now, Viterul Constanta took an early lead in the 8th minute through Cosmin to Kaliuk. We did, however, pull a goal back thanks to Callum Gribbin in the 9th, so it's pretty much end-to-end stuff. He ran up the other end of the pitch, put the ball in the back of the net. Then Florin Pereche added a second for Viterul to put them 2-1 to the good. And then Alex Juricevic levelled the scoring before Callum Gribbin added his second of the game and our third in the 26th minute. Then Will Keane added a goal in the 64th minute. Raul Opera pulled a goal back, but we were still 4-3 up here before Callum Gribbin added his third of the game in the 82nd minute, scoring our 5th. And then Dragus Nedelcu finished off the scoring in the 88th minute, adding our 6th goal of the game to beat Viterul Constanta 6-3 here. We had 22 shots at goal, 13 on target, 54% of play. Now, I thought Viterul played quite well in this game. The likes of Florin Pereche, Cosmin Tukaliuk, Raul Opera all did really well whilst they were on. But Callum Gribbin was absolute class in this game with a 9.6 for his man of the match performance for that hat-trick. He also created an assist. Razvan Marin with an 8.7, really good performance from him. And also Alin Tosca with an 8.6. The rest of the squad pretty reasonable with 7s and stuff like that. But those players were absolute standouts in this game. And I'm really, really impressed with how the squad are coping with losing the likes of Marian Lucha and Arthur Masuaka. The lads that have come in have done a brilliant job, and I'm hoping that we can continue that into our next game. As we know and saw from the schedule in yesterday's episode, our next game was against Dinamo Bucharesti. Now, we don't get along with Dinamo Bucharest, and we beat them 4-0 here with an absolutely dominating performance here. Bryce DJJ with a man of the match performance with a 9.4. He scored a goal back on the score sheet again with 2 assists. Fantastic. He's really come into hand in this back half of the season. He was really struggling at the start. He wasn't happy. He wanted to move on, but he's really got his head down. Kenneth Omaruo back in the side after being out through injury. Definitely helped shore up that defence there. Will Keane with a 9.3 with 2 goals was very close to picking up the man of the match. And Alex Juricevic also getting on the score sheet. 61% of play in this game. We dominated. We played some lovely through balls through the channels, particularly through the middle. I thought we were really good in this game. This is probably one of the better domestic games we've played, particularly against the likes of Dinamo Bucharest. I'd say that's probably our biggest win we've had against them. And all of that, guys, sets us into really good stead for today's episode, where we're going to be playing FC Barcelona in the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League, as we can see here. So that's how we look so far. Throughout the whole of the season, we've only suffered 1 defeat at the hands of CSM Poly. I don't know quite how we've managed to do this, really. That said, I'm really pleased with how things are going. We've got away with it in a couple of games. We've nicked late goals, or we've nicked an early goal, and we've kind of just managed to cling on throughout. But I mean, there's a lot of good performances in there as well, and I actually think the team are really coming together at the moment. And I'm really confident that if we can get a draw or something, a away goal against Barcelona at the Nou Camp here, then we could possibly do something to them at home as we did against Benfica. But we've got to get into this away game first of all. So now we're going to go and progress into today's live game against Barcelona at the Nou Camp here in the Champions League quarterfinals. Got a slight difference of opinions then. The World Soccer Magazine think it'll be a tight game, and they think Steaua Bucharest will lose this one. Barcelona are on a high and have home advantage, so that should be enough to get them through. However, the bookmakers, 4-7 Barcelona, 4-1 Steaua Bucharest, 5-2 the draw. It's going to be a very tough game. We're under no illusions in this one. So let's go into the lineups for today's fixture. Then, Barcelona have got Ter Stegen in goal, Digne, Umtiti, Piqué and Mario Fernandes at the back, with Roberto in the defensive midfield role. They've got Neymar, Rafinha, Rakitic and Lionel Messi, with Luis Suarez up front. We're going with the usual Valentin Kojakaru in goal, Tosca Stevens and Omaruo at the back, Kristi Novacek and Bryce Digi-JJ down the flanks, with Archim and Manira in the middle. Juricevic, Gribin and Will Keane will lead the line for us. Today, though, this is going to be a really tough one. So what I'm going to make sure we do today is that we're going to make sure, first of all, that the wider players they have are going to be coming more central, so we can condense them more towards the middle of the pitch. We're also going to make sure that we're playing a contain mentality, especially away from home today, because we don't want to give too much away. We don't want to be opened up here in this first leg. We don't want to go into the next leg 2-3-0 down. And I'm hoping that we did quite well with that contained mentality when we played Bayern Munich a couple of seasons ago in Europe. And we managed to sneak that 1-0 win, courtesy of that goal from that striker we had. I can't even remember his name now. Ivory Coast International. The name has absolutely gone from my head. I cannot remember his name. So we'll just have to look at that one after. So here we go then. We're going to go into today's game, guys. Fingers crossed. Yeah, cross your fingers, lads. Kicks off then, and it's Steaua Bucharest who kick off. And it's the end of the first highlight here. And we're kicking from right to left in this first half. We've got the ball here through Kojakaru, who finds Alin Tosca, plays it into Vlad Archim to Maniru. Maniru finds Juricevic, who finds Novacek in space, plays it back to Archim. Playing the ball around really well here to start with. Keane finds Gribin, and Gribin has a chance to shoot and rattles the crossbar. Umtiti gets the ball away. Samuel Umtiti gets it out. Good start this. 10 minutes gone. We've already rattled the woodwork here against Barcelona at the Nou Camp. Really pleased with that. I'm going to put... And it's Digne down that left flank. Suarez cuts inside. Neymar finds Messi. Messi gets something on it, but Kojakaru is more than happy with that. And we're going to passionately encourage the lads here. We've started this game really well. Half an hour gone, and we've had a good chance here, and we haven't really shipped much in way of attacks. The other end, Keane though gives it away. Digi-JJ into Archim. Archim finds Juricevic. He's got Gribin making a run. Gribin has a Gribin hits the post. Oh, I thought that was going in. I really did. We're playing this really well. We're keeping it really tight. We're playing the ball round nicely. Oh, what a start that was. And we're going to go back out there with the same kind of mentality here. Rafinha plays to Messi now. Barcelona kicking from right to left in the blue colours here. We're in the white. And they're nervous as well. And we're playing really well. Maniro to Keane. Keane has a chance here. Keane takes a shot, but Ter Stegen makes a good save. Good shot that from Keane. Good solid grasp there from Ter Stegen. But I'm really happy with how things have gone so far. We're coming up to the hour mark. We haven't conceded as yet. The team are keeping it tight. We're playing well. Might have to look at making a couple of changes. Let's have a look at how the squad are performing. We're going to bring off Callum Gribin, and we're going to bring on a young guy, Christian Lecucha, See if he can add any more dynamism for us in that attacking role. He might be able to thread a few balls through that Griffin hasn't been able to today. Maybe he's got a bit of extra pace, or Fernandez finds Luis Suarez. Now, don't give it away here, lads. Suarez into... fucking hell. Luis Suarez finds Neymar on the back post, and we've been robbed there. Been absolutely robbed. Suarez crosses the ball in, early cross. Neymar, unmarked, gets ahead of Bryce DJJ and puts the ball in the back of the net. I mean, it was a good cross that from from Suarez, but just passionately tell them how to get forward. DJJ to Mineiro, to Archim, Juricevic to Keane. Keane has Lukucha in the middle. Keane, can he get the ball in? And Titi gets the ball away again. Omarua to Stevens. Stevens to Bryce DJJ. To Mineiro, Archim. Lukucha's in the middle. Look for him, lads. Tosca inside. He gives it away, and Messi now has a chance to launch this attack. He finds Neymar on the back post. Neymar with a shot into the side netting. We live to fight another day there. I thought that was going to be 2-0 to Barca, to be honest with you. We're just going to try and get a little bit more aggressive. Try and nick something here in this last 10 minutes of the game. Can we get anything out of this? We're going to bring on George Puskas, and we're going to bring him on for Will Keane, who hasn't really lit up the pitch in this fixture. Digne to Rafinha. Rafinha to Messi. We've been punished again on the back post. Lionel Messi makes it 2. Fuck's sake. Rafinha gets across. Messi completely lost by Novacek on the back post, and Barcelona had their second. And to be honest with you, they haven't deserved it at all. They haven't deserved this. We've played really well in this game. Really well. And we're going to slump to a 2-0 defeat now. And we don't deserve it at all. So that is it, guys. We have just been beaten 2-0 by Barcelona. And we kind of did half give it our best effort, but I think a few of these lads haven't performed here today. Going to have to do some big things now back at the National Arena. Is it possible? Yes, of course it is possible. We dominated the possession stats. We played it around well. We just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. Similar to that fixture we had where we hit 8 or 9 woodworks in the first leg against Benfica. Not to that extent in this one, but we certainly could have had a couple of goals there either side of that post and crossbar. Going to go away and work on a few things. We're going to be back on, I believe, Saturday morning for the next leg of this game. We've got it all to do, but we're still in there pitching. If we can get 2 goals early on, we could possibly force something. Going to have to see what we can do though, guys. But for today, we are out of time here on this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. It is Friday afternoon. I suppose a few lads are going out for a few beers and stuff tonight. Remember to leave a like on the video down below if it was your kind of thing. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and go and check out some of the experiments that are on the channel. They're definitely worth looking at. A few little things regarding next season, especially in the Championship. Well worth taking a look at. But guys, for today, I'm out of time. Catch you again in the morning.